Hello everyone, it's Sandra. I am doing awkward things with my hands in this video, so that's disclaimer number one. Today's video is going to be a chatty get ready with me video. Going to be chatting you through my thoughts and feelings about beauty and life. I'm also going to be doing this look, which is featuring some of my current go-to products. If you want to see how I achieve this look, and if you want to hang out with me and chat and get ready, just keep on watching. All right, so let's start with makeup. I didn't use a makeup primer or anything. I just did my morning skincare routine. I did a skincare update video, which you can check out. I'm gonna have the link to it up on the screen. And just in case you missed it, in case you're curious to what skincare products I have been using. I'm gonna use the Dior Face and Body Foundation. This is one of my favorite foundation discoveries of the year. I highly, highly recommend this if you have oily combination skin. If you have dry skin, either prep your skin accordingly or maybe mix this with a moisturizer. This foundation does have quite a high alcohol content, so it might be a little bit too drying for somebody that already struggles with dry skin. I have combination oily skin, especially in the summertime. Things can be a little bit oilier than normal. I love this foundation. I don't even really need to set it with powder on most days. Wears beautifully, even on my trouble zones like my nose and my chin. Since I do want a little bit of a lit from within glow, just on my cheeks, I'm going to use a little bit of the Burberry Fresh Glow. It's not really a makeup primer because I'd never use it like a makeup primer. I just use it as like a glow booster. And the reason I love this so much compared to other similar products that I've tried is that it's water-based. So this is very, very great for, again, somebody with like an oily combination skin because it doesn't feel silicone-y, it doesn't feel too greasy. It's just really subtle and it does what it says in the name. It gives you a fresh glow. As you can see, I've used like almost half the bottle already. It normally has a silver lid. This was like a limited edition holiday collection. They also have a bronzy one if you want to give your skin a little bit more of a bronzy glow, but I tend to just use the Nude Radiance version. And now I'm going to go in with foundation. Shake this up really well and I just apply it to my beauty blender. It works really well with fingers too. If I'm in a rush and I can't be bothered to wet a beauty blender, I will just use my fingers to apply this, but if I do have some extra time, I like to use a beauty blender with it. I just feel like it does a bit of a better job blending it into the skin. And I use the shade 2WO. WO stands for Warm Olive. They have 40 shades in this foundation formula and it's all split up by undertones. And the number 2 shade is the lightest color that they make in the WO undertone. And I wish they made one shade lighter because I haven't fake tanned in a while. So I'm definitely going to need to take this down my neck so that it blends in. I've missed making beauty videos. I still love makeup so much. Beauty and skincare has always been such a big passion of mine. It's something that just brings me so much joy and it's like a wonderful creative outlet to have, to be able to make these videos, be a beauty junkie and to be able to hang out virtually and kind of communicate with other beauty junkies. I love it. I just feel like it's just become so marketing heavy. And just so many products that come out are like all hype, no substance. And there's just like giant marketing budgets put into building up that hype. Let's build the hype for these new products. And there's new products constantly coming out. There's new brands constantly launching. It's just really overwhelming. But there's really no substance. It's all just hype, and companies have really high advertising marketing budgets, so they're able to buy more hype. It just gets really overwhelming. I just feel like it distracts us from enjoying what we have because we always feel like we need more, we want more. So obviously we don't care about the palette we bought last summer because now there's a new palette that just came out. So we have to buy that new palette and we have to use it and talk about it because otherwise people won't think we're cool. And I just can't with that. And obviously I'm not perfect. Sometimes I do fall into temptation. But sometimes a new product comes out is worth the hype. This is one thing that I have been enjoying, and I actually gave in. I also gave into the hype of Tarte Shape Tape like 2 years later, and I bought that concealer and that did not work for me. It does not work well for me under my eyes. I am able to use it up just on blemishes and hyperpigmentation, but under my eyes, I just felt that it was very, very thick, and it made my under eye area look a lot older. It accentuated my fine lines. Couldn't get down with the texture under my eyes, but this new Too Faced concealer is actually very good. And I was actually a fan of the original Born This Way concealer too. It has the coverage that I like with Shape Tape, but the texture is not quite as drying. I use it a little bit too much, but we'll make it work. Clearly I'm out of practice. I haven't done this in a while. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my body when I'm on camera. I'm going on random rants that you probably don't even, you're probably like, what is she talking about? Where was I going with my random rant? Just constantly overwhelmed by new products, constantly overwhelmed by like everyone living fabulous lives on social media and me sitting at home feeling like shit. Which I think is something we can all relate to. So yeah, I've been trying to consume less social media. I just want good stuff that makes me really happy whenever I use it. Concealer is on. I do have a souvenir from a recent breakout. I'm sorry, the sun just got really, really bright, so everything looks a little bit overexposed. It's going to go down in a minute. I see some clouds rolling in, but yeah, so this is my base. Really quickly, Born This Way concealer, very, very good under the eyes. I also used a little bit of the Sisley under eye corrector underneath, and for my hyperpigmentation, still love the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. And this little pot has lasted me so long. I have just recently like hit pan on it. I can see the bottom of the container, but this is definitely worth the money. If you have hyperpigmentation, definitely give this concealer a try. Now let's finish off with a little bit of bronzer, and this is the Armani Neo Nude powder. This is in the shade 8, which is a gorgeous bronzing color. This is such a beautiful powder. A lot of you recommended this to me. Every single time a lot of people recommend me one product in the comments and I end up going and checking it out, I end up loving it. I love having that relationship with my audience. This is a really, really nice powder. It's actually a dehydrated liquid. So as you wear it throughout the day, especially if you're somebody with more oily combination skin, as your skin starts to produce oils, as the product kind of warms up with your skin, it will just end up looking more and more natural. It would end up just kind of melting in with your foundation, melting in with the rest of your skin. And they do this in a whole bunch of shades. It's kind of like the Cannelle Le Beige powder. If you remember those, I used to use a darker Cannelle Le Beige powder as a bronzer. This is probably not the best brush to use with this, but it's the only clean brush that I had on hand. For blush, I'm going to stick to just neutrals. This is the Clarins blush in the color Rosewood, and what's really pretty about this blush is that it kind of has little stripes of highlighter running through it, but it's a very subtle highlight. It just gives a subtle satin glow. If you like the Marc Jacobs Flesh and Fantasy blush or the Tarte Exposed blush, this is kind of like both of those blushes together. I love these types of colors. They're perfect for transitioning between summer and fall because they work with any, like they will work with vampy lip colors, with the darker mauvey nude lips that we like to wear in the fall. This kind of just pairs well with everything. I'm actually going to use a little bit of this in my crease as well. I don't remember which makeup artist I was watching. It was maybe Patrick Ta. He was doing somebody's makeup and he was putting blush in the crease. Now, to finish off the eyes, this is an old palette. Oh my God, I have had this in my life for a long time, but it's by Dior and it was called Sundeck. Yeah, I've been kind of just been pulling this out again and getting some more use out of it, and it's been really, really nice to rediscover it. Not sure if Dior still has this or something similar in their current collection. I know that they have recently revamped their whole eyeshadow range, but if you do have it from the olden days, you maybe want to check it out. Just going to mix them together actually and just use them to line my eyes. Anytime I'm working with an eyeshadow palette, I'm always mixing. Another eyeshadow that I've been loving over the summer has been this Gucci eyeshadow, which I think I've used in one of my tutorials at the beginning of summer, but this has remained a very firm favorite. This is the Gucci Oxydus eyeshadow. It's kind of similar to the bronze shade in this Dior quad. I mean, it's just a really pretty bronze color. It's not a very unique color by any means. You can find it in a lot of different formulas at lower price points, but these are just the types of colors that I have been gravitating towards lately, but just used in a very subtle way. Whereas before, maybe like 1 or 2 years ago, I would use this type of color all over the lid. I was also using a lot more eyeliner. I've just found that over the last few months especially, I've just been going really, really light with my eyeshadow. Now I'm taking this like light pinky champagne color just on my ring finger, and I'm just gently tapping it onto my eyelid. You can use whatever highlighter you're into, like a powder highlighter. You can do this with a powder highlighter and it gives a very similar look. Just going to do my brows quickly. I decided to go back to try a powder product in my eyebrows. This is Taupe Brown by Burberry, and I thought, hey, maybe this will work on my eyebrows. Lo and behold, it's working in my eyebrows, and I got to save some money because I don't have to buy a brow powder, and I don't have to buy a brow pencil either. I had not used eyeshadow in my eyebrows in so long. I used to use MAC Charcoal Brown in my eyebrows religiously. I've gone too far and I can't go back with the bushy brow look, which is a little bit frightening. I envy you ladies that were able to get successful microblading and you have like low maintenance eyebrows. I'm trying to grow my eyebrows out, but it's been a struggle. I'm using the Burberry Cat Eyes mascara, which is so pretty. Like, look at this. I'm not sure if you can see. One of my best friends recommended this to me, and holy moly, she was right. It's very, very good. Don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about this online, but probably because it's quite pricey, and it's actually an expensive mascara that doesn't smell like a bouquet of roses, which is something I appreciate, because you know what? Mascara shouldn't smell. It's a very volumizing formula. It's a little bit clumpy, but it's a nice like evening special occasion mascara, or if you just want to do the daytime glam thing. The wand is very strange. It's very, very flexible, super, super bendy, if you can see that. It's like a plastic wand and it has like an hourglass shape to it. For the lips, still very much into coral lips. That has been my jam this summer. This is from Nude by Nature and it's in shade 05 Coral. I'm just going to use it like slanted on its side. My lipstick, this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bright coral. This is the color Papaya, and it's from Clarins. It's their Jolie Rouge Velvet line, which is new. It's a beautiful matte formula. I want a more subtle, like coral nude lip. If I applied this straight from the bullet, it's a lot brighter. And I feel like I'm also like kind of staining my lip with the color. If you don't have a lip brush, or you don't want to be bothered with a lip brush, you can also achieve this look just by putting your finger onto the lipstick and then just dabbing the color on. This is what Violette does. Violette from Violette FR. If you have not seen her YouTube channel, please do. She's like the creative director for Estee Lauder right now. She's this extremely, extremely beautiful, stylish French lady. She lives in New York. Her style is to die for. She has perfect skin and is basically everything I'm not, but I do really love some of her makeup tips. This lipstick has a really beautiful, subtle velvet finish. I do want to add just a tiny, tiny bit of a glow to it. This is the Lip Love. I think they've renamed it and I think it's now the Lip Glossy, but it's basically a clear coconut scented lip balm that has a glossy finish. I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and dab it in the center of my lips. And here we have the finished look, like kind of my current go-to when I do have a little bit of extra time in the morning to get ready. So let me know what makeup you're loving right now. Let me know what products you've been rediscovering from your collection, anything that you think is actually worth the hype. Let me know in the comment section below. I always love catching up with you there. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.